Bird here. It is Friday, which is so exciting. We are in episode number 10 of the Expand Your Preschool program in 2019, 30 Tips in 30 Days. And so I'm so excited because we are going to continue our conversation about mobile preschool programs. I get lots of questions around this particular area, and so I wanted to give you yet another tip around this. If you're joining me, say, hey, Erin, what's up? Let me know that you're here. Even if you're coming in on the replay, I want to know. Say, hey, Erin, I'm here. Let me know. If you stumbled upon me somehow, or if you just joined our group, I am Erin Bird, the Dance Studio Strategist, and I am the creator of Dance Biz in a Bag, as well as the hit list marketing system for dance studio owners. And I am the owner myself of Birdie's Kids in Motion, which is a mobile preschool program here in Central California. So if you're joining me, say, hey, Erin, let me know that you're here. But today, episode 10, can you believe we are already 10 episodes in? It's going swimmingly. Love it. So today I want to talk about smart strategy. Smart strategy. And what does that mean? So we've talked about the opportunity to serve, right? We've talked about with the mobile program, how many facilities do you have the opportunity to serve? But once we know that, what is our strategy around serving them? And how do we know who to go after and which way to navigate? And so today I want to talk real quick. I want to give you a little bit of a tip. Before you even start navigating, who do we go after? There's 200 schools in my 25-mile radius, right? How do you even know how to do that? But before we even dive into that, we need to be smart and know what the requirements are going to be for us to actually go in and teach in those preschools. What is the requirement? Because here's the thing, when we have our own studio space and people are coming to us, there are one set of rules and laws, regulations that pertain to us and our business. But when we are actually going into daycares, preschools, private schools, there is a whole nother set of rules and regulations that are going to go with us having to go out into these outside facilities, off-site of our premises. So the biggest thing here I want to talk about is knowing what are the requirements for you to actually go into a preschool, go into a daycare, and teach class there. And so I want to talk real quick about what the most common things are that you're going to need. One of the biggest things is you are going to need to have some sort of fingerprint clearance. Each state, each area has their own method of doing this. Some do a live scan where you're fingerprinted and it runs through the Department of Justice or the FBI system. Some states actually have their own system. I believe Oregon has their own fingerprinting system just for childcare facilities. And then just depending on your area is who is going to administer the fingerprinting for childcare centers, preschools, that sort of thing. So that's the first thing to know is you need to find out who and where do you need to get your fingerprints done, okay? Because the safety of those children is that center's top priority, and they will not let you in the door if you cannot prove that you should be around children. So a simple fingerprint clearance is going to be required anywhere that you teach at. United States, UK, Australia, doesn't matter where you are in the world, they are going to want to know that you are safe and your criminal background is clear and that you can then go in and teach into those centers. So that's number one. And then something else that's going to be a must is obviously your liability insurance. You need to have your own policy that covers you and what you're doing within those classes. So you want to make sure that you have that. And then as well as each state is going to have some other little caveats. Our state here in California says that we have to show proof of immunizations. So you want to look into that and see if that's something that you are going to need to be able to teach in those centers, right? Proof of immunizations. It might be a flu vaccine, or it might be, there's a few different things, Tdap. There's some different immunizations that are requirements, MMR. nothing too difficult to get, but it is a requirement for you to be able to go out and teach in those centers. And so my challenge for you, or my homework for you, I would say, this week or from today, is to make a list and find out what things are required for you to be able to serve out in those daycares and preschools. So find out if you need fingerprint clearance and who administers that, or where you have to go through for that. Liability insurance. If you're already insured through your studio, fantastic, but you also want to ask them about going off-site and what that looks like for you. And then immunizations, ECE units. There's going to be some things, different areas have different requirements. None of these things are extremely difficult to get. It's just a matter of you jumping through those hoops so you can prove that you should be able to work in those centers, right? To be able to go in and teach your classes and everything's a-okay. So before we dive in tomorrow we will be talking about getting smart and looking at geography and who do we go out and market to first. We need to make sure that we're okay to go into those centers, right? Because there's nothing worse than going out and trying to market to a center, and then they ask, well, do you have all this stuff? And you look like a deer in the headlights, like you don't know what's going on, right? So you want to go in knowing that you have everything that you need. You can speak with them at confidence, that you're good to go. You've dotted all your I's and crossed all your T's, and you are good to be in their center. So it's Friday, so I'm going to leave you there. If you're finding value in the 30 tips in 30 days, please let me know. Leave me a comment and let me know that you're here, and if you've had any ahas along the journey. And if I cannot wait for tomorrow, because we're going to start talking about our hit list marketing system, which is super exciting. So I'm going to leave you until then. Have a fantastic week. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.